More than a dozen families of American hostages and wrongful detainees gathered today in Washington, D.C. in hopes of getting the president's attention.
Among them, a Houston woman whose father is one of the Citgo 6 detainees. Brittany Ford has more.
These are the faces of U.S. families with loved ones being held around the world.
I was always praying that these cases would get resolved before we ever had to meet, but here we are.
Alexandra Forceth's relatives remain wrongfully detained in Venezuela.
Yeah, it's been, over 4.5 years now.
Her father and uncle among the group of 6 Citgo executives who traveled to Venezuela in 2017, arrested on what she says are false theft charges. One of the Citgo 6, Gustavo Cardenas, and another man were allowed to return home in March. Most recently, former Marine Trevor Reed came home from Russia after a prisoner exchange.
The men from the Citgo 6, Gustavo recently was released in March. And kind of similar to that feeling we had with Trevor, this huge joy, this huge surge of hope and momentum, and then nothing.
Forceth helping to launch a new hostage freedom campaign, Bring Our Families Home, calling on President Joe Biden to help their families reach similar deals. This week, Biden met with the Houston parents of abducted journalist Austin Tice.
We end up figuring out the same thing, which is what brought us here today. We have to get to President Biden.
Forceth remaining hopeful. Brittany Ford, KHOU 11 News.